Hello, followers. Okay, so I'm just really being called to make a video right now, even though I feel like um, I'm not even really sure what's going on. But there is some heavy energy in the atmosphere right now, and it is causing some major upheaval in comfort levels, which is a good thing. That's how you have to grow, and I know that. So, my beautiful kitty. I have been to a few. I went to my neighbor's house. I went to a salon. I actually had an appointment for a mani-pedi, and I just can't even. I mean, I feel like I'm having this crisis right now with my twin flame and myself, and I went in there to reschedule, but everywhere I've been going, people are like, what is wrong? Like, I don't even know. I can see it in my face. I know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Any other twins feeling like that? We are being called right now to ascend, to be who we are. But here's the thing. What if you don't know yet? What if you don't know yet, or you're not ready? Like, the only way that we can have our ascension, and I'm going to use that hot air balloon analogy again, is if we can really cut the cords free from everything that's holding us back. Are we ready to do that? Are we ready to get rid of the 3D low vibrational thinking just yet? Because it's a little scary. Are you ready to live out your dream and have that really be living the dream? Can you? I mean, I look at this and I'm like, I see all this stuff falling together, you know. It's like I have my dream car, I have my beautiful children. The only thing that I'm needing is a perfect, loving relationship. And the thing here with the twin flames back and forth is a lot of time your twin will not come back or come to themselves and be who they need to be unless you do let them go. Like, I'm locked out of my house right now on accident, but I don't feel it was an accident. I feel like the universe is making me be locked out so that I can be out here in nature right now making a video. I need to step up and be who I am. And I'm sitting in the spot where I married my twin flame. It's also just a nice peaceful spot in the corner. And I almost went to our local police department to have an eviction notice written up. And instead of that, I said, you know what? This is a beautiful day. I'm not 100% sure with what I'm doing. I just wanted to know what the proper steps are if I do, in fact, need to serve someone papers. Not that I was looking to serve the papers today, so that's why I was like, you know what? I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this beautiful day today. Hopefully. Kind of another strange day because if any of you follow me on any other pages, I was doing my makeup tutorial for my ombre lips today, which is posted on Empress of Glam, and you can see my husband coming home from his job a little earlier than I expected him to. But at first he was like kind of being, you know, doing that being sweet thing. But then soon into the day, quickly became irate yet again. And I just don't know how to handle this all. I'm really feel like I'm being called to let my twin flame go. And ladies, if you're in separation, or men, if you're in separation, let them go. And that's when they come back. And this is the thing, like, I have not posted a lot about the twin flame journey because it's seemingly just been going okay. You know, a little ups and downs here and there. It's been all right. But when I was going through the separation, I did post a lot of stuff. I wish I would have posted more about when we met, because I would have liked to document the spark in my eye and the feelings that washed over me when you do finally meet them and you're just like, oh, there you are. Come on, we got to be together now. Like, no matter what's going on in either of your lives, when you meet, you're just like, oh shoot, oh shit, I'm scheduled to marry someone else that I'm not in love with in 2 weeks. What do I do? Like, you do not meet your twin flame at a convenient time, ever. You know, it's just been one hell of a ride. Anyways, he has put me through separation numerous times, and the one major one was, there was two major ones. One was when I was pregnant. Well, he actually left before I even knew I was pregnant, and that was a really hard thing to deal with, being alone, carrying this baby of a man I loved so much. I couldn't understand why he wouldn't be there, why he wouldn't just live life with us and love us, care for us. Instead, he's like, he put me through so many intense sadnesses during my pregnancy. I wonder if my poor little starseed baby has like emotional, you know, swings because of that treacherous pregnancy. Because I have another child who I underwent a really, really traumatic pregnancy with, and he's got ADHD. And going to the doctors, they say that, you know, high cortisone levels in pregnancy really affects the unborn baby. And I just tried so hard to not be affected by him and his horrible actions during my pregnancy. But I cried a lot. And, you know, I just hope, you know, you always hope as a mother you're not traumatizing your sweet baby, but, like, you know, then at some point you kind of, maybe I did a little bit. You know, I see my son can fly off the handle. He really can, you know. But at one point, I decided I was going to let him go, and I was about 8 months pregnant. I decided I had enough of grieving for this man who clearly I thought was sent here to basically just torture me. I took all his phone numbers out. I blocked, you know, I got rid of the emails. I actually, it was the day I moved. I was scheduled to move into my new home, which I'm here right now. I had an uprooting of sorts. We were involved in a house fire, and which is a whole nother story in itself. Oh my God, that house had so many weird shit that would happen. There was like power surges. It like fried our TV. The day of the fire, my washing machine actually blew up from some kind of power surge. Like, the wiring was all honky-tonk in that house. There was no regulations. It was an old little house, cute little house, cutest little house ever. If somebody would have had money to like make that house updated and safe, it would just be lovely. But that was not the case. The owners were so thankful that we burnt that down because they were so sick of dealing with it that they gave me twice the amount of money on my rent and sent me away. And we still keep in touch to this day. So that in and of itself, when that happened, now looking back, I see the universe was just telling me to get the hell out of there. Anyways, I ended up having to move back in with my dad, my biological father. Not that I have another one. So I had me, my kids, me being pregnant, everything that we could save from that house, which wasn't much. We could save a lot of the stuff that was downstairs, thankfully. Pictures, photo albums, everything that was upstairs was completely ruined. Took it to my dad's basement. 2 days later, we got flooded. We looked out the window and literally it was a river looking outside. I lost everything, except for my kids and myself. Well, I lost myself. I was already lost. So, literally had to start over. But during this time period, I was living with my dad. And if you're a grown-up, you know how shitty that is to have to, lose your independence and go live back with a family member. Thankfully, my dad has a big enough house to where, we kind of took over a couple rooms, and he kind of stayed in his office, but, he was there when we needed us, so good for that. But anyways, we had to get out of there. I was, I'm thinking, here I am about to have another baby. Look at me. 4 fucked up relationships in a row. 4 abusive men in a row. What the hell am I gonna do? So we were looking for places to rent. Living in a decent area was super expensive. This isn't what the video is about, so I'm just gonna fast forward to, we did find a place that was right for us, and somehow some things worked out and worked together. My dad helped fix things up, and I said, as it got closer to our move-in date, and I was telling everybody, I said, listen here, if me and Chris don't reconcile before I move, I will not speak to him, and he will not know where I'm living, and this is it. I'm starting over on my own with me and my kids, and I'm gonna let him go. And that's what I did. I moved in here. I just remember scrubbing down my walls, feeling a sense of relief being in here, feeling also a sense of kind of being scared. It's scary to live alone. You never know when somebody's gonna break in and kill you, or snatch your babies, or try to rape you brutally. I couldn't sleep. It was scary. But I did a ritual to where I lit some candles. I had apples. I had pictures of him. It was just, and I meditated and I envisioned my twin flame. I sent him up to the universe, and he was hanging on to me by a cord. And as he was up there floating around, I had to visualize literally cutting that rope, and no longer was he tied to me. Legit, the next fucking day, I shit you not, he fucking contacted me and was like, I need to see you. I can't stop thinking about you. You know, all that shit. A month later, I got a disillusion from my second hubby, who I kind of consider my best friend, on Halloween. 2 weeks later, married my twin flame right here in this spot. And the only reason he came back was because I let him go. And the only way your twin flame's gonna come back is if you let them go. Because you have to know that you can be okay without them. You don't need them. That abandonment that you're feeling, that's not real. That's your karmic pain. That's your karmic suffering. You don't need them. And if they can't operate on a 5-dimensional level with you, then they are one of the cords that needs cut so you can ascend. And that's what I'm embodying right now. I will not be disrespected in my relationship. And if he can't figure that out, then I'm sorry, but it's going to be time to be making some changes. And I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that he can't heal himself. I'm sorry that he refuses to look into these meditations that I try to give him. I'm sorry that he wants to ignore me when I try to have a heartfelt conversation. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. But I will not be sorry about saying goodbye. And I will not be sorry about cutting that cord. Because it's my duty to protect my energy field and the energy field of where my children live. And that is growth. And that is strength that I can say that. Because when he left me with a 1-month-old baby in the biggest snowstorm that this town had seen in years, and he got up at 7:30 in the morning and packed his stuff in 4 feet of snow and drove away from me because I asked him to go to the grocery store the night before. And he said, "Why the fuck should I do that?" And a lot more. An earful. Well, I had a tiny little baby I wasn't going to take out in the freezing storm. He said he didn't want to drive in it. But yet, didn't have a problem driving. Couldn't ever wake up with the kid, but yet managed to get up at 7 in the morning to leave us. Do you know that I literally screamed out like an animalistic scream and laid on my floor, really believing that the only way I could get rid of this pain was to kill myself? I never would, of course, because I love my kids, and if I have to endure hell on earth to be there for them, I would. But twin flame abandonment is the worst pain I have ever felt in my life, and I have given birth to 6 children. So when you're talking to other people about this and they have no fucking clue, it's because they have no fucking clue. And I begged him to come back every day. I texted him, "Please come home. I'm sorry. What did I do?" But you know what? I didn't do anything. I asked a man who was my husband to go pick us up some groceries. I even wrote a list. Why the hell should I have to do that? He is seemingly very unhappy with a woman who has children. He is very seemingly unhappy that he has his own child. And he is seemingly very unhappy that he even has a relationship. And that is not what I need projected onto me. I've told him before, I think it's almost time for a separation. I need to let him go. And he says, oh, let freedom ring. He can't wait. Well, guess what, buddy? He may get his wish. My wish was that he would have taken our healing seriously and joined me in some meditative practices, joined me in learning and growing and ascending. And if it doesn't happen like that, I'm okay. I will make it work. And I will be better than I ever have been, with or without him along with me. And for me to realize that truth, I've come a long way. And if you're a twin flame going through separation and you kind of feel how I described, work on yourself. That's all you can do. You can't fix these twins that want to just dwell in three-dimensional vibration. You cannot fix them. You can try to guide them, but unless they're open to it, it doesn't matter. That's the problem. I've tried conversation, I've tried Reiki, I've tried meditation, I've tried energy clearing, but he's not open to it. He doesn't want to be open to it. And if he's not open to that, I'm not open to him. The problem is you have to go through the pain before you can achieve the enlightenment. But you don't have to prolong your pain. I prolonged my pain. I didn't know any other twin flames. There was a couple people on YouTube that did some videos, but that was about it. I had no one who could understand. Everybody thought I was crazy. But now there's more and more. I've connected with some twin flames. I have good friends that are coming to me that they're twin flames. Like, they come to me for advice. I'm like, look, this back and forth, I've been at this for 7 years. At some point, it's got to stop, right? At some point, you have to say either we are going to be in union together in 5D, or I will be in union by myself, and you can stay down here. See you in the next lifetime, motherfucker. I guess, right? I'm looking forward to the future. I can say now that I've had a glimpse of happiness. That glimpse of happiness you saw the other day where I was enjoying my kids in the backyard, and I really felt my heart was just full of gratitude and love. And gosh, this is what life is all about. The feeling of just loving and being supported, and that went on. My kids were playing in right here in this backyard in this whole little setup. Pools were filled. They decided to start making mud pies, and then they started wanting to fill up the mud. This is like their mud spot right here. They decided to start filling up the mud in the pool, and they were splashing around. Look, it's muddy puddles. Look, they're just having a good time. And you know what put an end to that good time? Him getting mad that the kids were making a muddy mess out of the pool he just filled. It's a baby pool, not like a huge pool, a little baby pool. I said, stop, please. They're having fun. Don't yell. It's okay. When he gets like that, he just doesn't hear me. He doesn't listen. I say, please stop. Please put your voice down like he was doing last night when I walked in. Just trying to be a mother, trying to be a wife, trying to be a woman who's walking the earth. Just being. I'm just being. I'm trying to just be and try to live. And I got someone here putting their boom, boom, boom. Don't yell at my kids, first of all. And don't complain to me under your breath either. if my kids want to play in the mud, they can play in the mud. They're having a great time. Like, shut the fuck up now. And there's been more and more and more and more these instances where I've had to be like, you need to stop. That's the thing. I'll give him the look. You need to stop right now. You need to stop. He doesn't stop. That's the problem. He can't catch himself. He can't see what he's feeling. He can't see it boiling up that he's going to explode. And then last night after he exploded on me, I took all of that in. He gets it out in one boom and then instantly feels better because he got it out after like 5 minutes of yelling at me. I absorb it all in. That's the problem. He's projecting all of this hatred and anger onto me, and I just take it in, and my heart and soul can't handle that at this point. I cannot. I walk back in and I'm like, I cannot have you. I'm like, I can't have you angry like that anymore. And he's like, oh, I'm fine now. Like, he was too. It was gone. He was just normal. He was like, oh, I'm fine now. I'm like, you're fine because you took all of the anger inside of you and put it onto me. And that's not fair, and it's not right, and it's not okay, and it's not going to be tolerated. So y'all, I got some decisions to make. I really just want to get back in my house and get a drink, but I did set up back here because I was going to do some yoga, and I got outside, and you know, it was cold, so I came in to get a sweatshirt, and I came into I'm trying to lose this belly, but a lot of it is negativity and trauma harbored in there. And a lot of it's childbirth and carrying a child, but it'll get there. I don't really know what else to say, but I just hope this video helps someone. And I know I said I'd be coming out with a lot more videos lately on stuff like this, so I mean, I'm doing it. The problem is with somebody who explodes like this is that they have so many other wonderful qualities that you don't want to give up. You know, he works on this yard. He's got these beautiful flowers planted. He's got, you know, vegetables. Fixes stuff around the house, helps out with cleaning, helps do the dishes, paints. You know, he's pretty good with giving back rubs, you know. Not as often as I would like, but when he does do it, you know, it's a really good job. Sometimes there's happy times, but all of that should be there without the explosiveness, I think. And I think for someone to say, well, at least he's not making you bloody, at least he's not bruising you up. Well, why is that the standard, though? Like, why is someone not beating the shit out of you physically, like, the standard? Like, no, that's not the, you know, that's not at least that. No, I don't want at least. I want abundance, love. I don't want to be robbed of special moments. Like, I look for a way to squeeze in a loving moment, like anytime, you know. My eyes going, I don't know why I have such a weird eye, but he always notices that about me and says my eye looks weird. I'm looking for loving moments in ordinary times, and I'm looking for magic in life. Yesterday, after that whole blow up, I decided to put on my sneakers and do a little bit of walking around my neighborhood. So that's what I was doing. I was walking around. I was like walking past my neighbor's house. I was about 2 houses down. I was thinking, oh, maybe I could stop by and go see Ash. But then I saw my husband out there with our son, cute little baby in his little pajamas. They were out there, I don't know, I think getting something out of his car. Anyway, the moonlight was shining down so beautifully, and like he waved and I waved, and I was like kind of hurrying up. I was only literally a house away, and there was a big tree, and I was coming, and I'm like, oh, I want to stand underneath the moonlight with my baby and my husband, you know. And as I was walking there, instead of for him standing there waiting for me to get there, he turned around and walked away, went in, and I'm like, as I was saying, let this be a test to the universe. I said, if this man doesn't stand there, he sees me coming. If this man doesn't stand there so that I can have a moment with my child, he's not meant for me. And as I was walking, there's a big tree I couldn't see. After I got there, I said, he really walked away. He really took my baby and walked away. Now, if he knew me and loved me, he would know. I love gazing at the moon. It was just the perfect opportunity too. That moon was really something. He would know that I would want to stand there and put my arms around him and look up at the moon together. And like, I feel like in a loving relationship that would have happened. And it may seem something like very small, but it's all these little tiny things that kind of add up. Like, you robbed me of a special moment. There's lots of those little things that kind of happen, you know, and you kind of just don't say stuff at first, but then it makes you really think, does he even know me? Does he even care about me, like as a person, like inside, who I am, what I'm going through? Like, there's the other instance. The other day I was like, hey, you know what I wanted to talk to you about? He's like, I don't want to hear it. Cut me off. Like, I'm over this shit. I don't want to hear it. That doesn't seem caring to me. I think I've come too far to tolerate that kind of stuff, you know? Time will tell. Thanks for tuning in. Blessed be.